You may have come across videos like this before.
Well, what is this place?
But I'm
Everyone.
not lady.
You're not a lady?
Yes,
What are you?
I'm ladyboy.
It's a bar, yeah? Okay. Yeah, okay.
Let's be real here. If I ask you to think about Thailand, after some time, ladyboys come to mind. But there are a lot of questions to answer. For instance, in the Western world, some people believe that if you are transgender, there is something wrong with you, like mentally. In a moment, you are going to find out why so many transgenders live in Thailand, why many ladyboys work in the sex industry, and finally information that has never been spoken about on YouTube before. According to the latest statistics, Thailand is the second most popular country in the world for individuals who identify as transgender. Oh, look, Switzerland is number one. I would have never guessed that, huh? But anyway, more sources suggest over 300,000 trans people live in Thailand. Before we move on, it's best I quickly add a note. The term ladyboy is completely normal to use and say in Thailand, but it is offensive to some. I'm going to be real with you here. There are some local transgenders who feel they are in fact a woman, and they normally don't like being called ladyboys. There are also some transgenders who like to dress and act like women, but do not identify as a woman. They see themselves as their own category, and they don't normally mind the term ladyboy. So why is Thailand such a magnet for the transgender community? Well, it's not a new trend. Historical records suggest that transgender individuals have been part of their society since at least the 14th century. Buddhism, the dominant religion, promotes tolerance and respect, which has paved the way for acceptance. But on the other side of the coin, some religious interpretations do suggest that being trans is a karmic carryover from a past life. Yikes. Yet, for the most part, the transgender community is respected, especially in cosmopolitan areas like Bangkok. Here, you'll find not just tolerance, but active support from corporations championing transgender rights. You may be thinking, okay, I get this, but why do you see so many ladyboys in tourism hotspots like Bangkok, Pattaya, and the southern islands? The answer is opportunity and economics. These areas aren't just buzzing with tourists. They're buzzing with opportunities, especially in bars, clubs, and the adult industry. Now, you might wonder why these specific jobs. The answer is straightforward. Money talks. But there are other reasons why these jobs are more sought after. Some of the activists in trans community have gone on record to state that they are often discriminated against, meaning that normal jobs are off limits to the community. However, there are a lot of services and clubs that have appeared over the years that focus on providing transgender services, but this is mainly in the adult industry. You may be thinking this is the worst job possible, but some would rather work in this industry than be drafted into the mandatory military. One of the biggest questions I often hear is, Jamie, how can I tell if someone is a ladyboy? Ah, yes, the big question. Well, sometimes it's very difficult to tell. The International Criminal Court introduced the term the third gender to Thailand. But this doesn't mean trans can legally change their gender. In other words, the truth is always shown in the passport, which will say their gender at birth. Alternatively, there are some physical features that tend to protrude more. Even though hormones and surgeries can perform miracles, the hands, feet, and Adam's apple are harder to hide. Thus, if the lady has large hands and feet, this is normally a sign. But this is not always 100% effective, as some transgenders are naturally small. On the flip side, there are some local women who naturally have large feet and hands, and so some unfortunate ladies are branded as ladyboys. I will never forget the number of dating profiles I saw in Bangkok that said, "I'm not a ladyboy, stop asking me." But to tell you the truth, when I first arrived in Thailand, I fell for a ladyboy and didn't even know it. I was in my early 20s. I saw this woman in the club. She reminded me of a female Harry Potter. She was dead cute, but had these big Harry Potter-style glasses on. We started talking and had a kiss, so I tried to get her to my place, but she told me she couldn't because she had a secret. I was thinking she had a secret boyfriend or something, but it turns out she was trans. I was shocked but didn't want to make her feel bad, so I said, "Oh, no worries, I'm tired now actually." So yeah, basically, I made my excuses and bounced. But I never forgot just how feminine she looked. But to be honest with you, the number of men who I know who say they are 100% straight but ended up with a ladyboy is insane. But what I found interesting is the amount of local people who see guys as straight if they end up with a transgender woman. This is because many local people see these transgender women as women, and thus men dating them are straight men. But there is a dark side to all of this. A few of the dark sparks have been mentioned, but there have been certain issues we found during our research. 1. It's been reported that the community has limited access to higher education. 2. Increased mental health issues and suicidal attempts climb. 3. HIV and sexual diseases are on the rise. 4. Funds for mental health support for transgenders are limited. 5. Reports suggest Thailand's sex trafficking industry and prostitution gangs cause serious injuries, even death, to transgenders.